everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things, and I am here with a groggy throat. Sorry about that. Croaking like a frog. I saw this idea on Sarah's journals, Sarah Martinez on YouTube, and she had a traveler's notebook that had double elastic. So what I mean by that is the closure elastic was 2 strands instead of just 1. And it's just, I think, one of those things that just adds a little bit of a different look to your TN. But I liked that. I liked kind of mixing it up and the idea of a little bit of variety. So, as you can see, my B6 Slim, this is the Roadrunner from Sojourner USA. It's kind of bulky because I have this Hobonichi Weeks. It's the Amazon version. It's in here and it's getting full and it's making this whole thing kind of pop out or spread out a little bit more. And then when it's laying there, it just kind of flies open. So I was wondering if adding the added elastic would not only kind of contribute to a fun little springy look to the cover, but if it would add some extra support, extra power, and keeping that a little more snugly closed when I'm not using it. Switching out this elastic, I just need to do this center. This is where the closure comes through. And my big question is, will I be able to fit 2 in there? I feel like if I pull this tight, you can see that little opening, I might be able to get another elastic through, and I want to make it about the same width. They give you enough. I ordered this off of Etsy, and the vendor was Lucky Little Planner, and it seemed reasonably priced. This is enough for a medium kid, so I didn't research too much what I needed, but I'm taking that to mean it's good for like a standard TN or something, this size, and you could also restring irregular elastics, but I don't really want to do that. I'm perfectly happy with the brown. I just wanted to add the extra closure. So I'm going to just try to get an idea of the length. I'm scared to take that out in case I can't get it back in. But maybe I'll just do that. Let's go ahead and be a very unprecise measuring. So I'm trying to get these looped about the same. And then I'm going to cut with a little added room to knot it. So I can trim that down at the end. Let's see if this is about the same. Yep, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to do a little circular knot here, grabbing those 2 ends so that they kind of knot up evenly. Now it looks like here they just did like a shoelace knot. I may prefer that because it'll be a little less bulky in the spine, so let me take that out. Just what you wanted to do. Watch me tie a knot. I will untie that, retie it like that, and be back in just a second. Okay, I am working on this. It's a little tricky because it's such a tight hole. I'm putting a pen in here to hold both ends of the elastic. So I've got the brown one back in. I just gently poked it through with the tip of a scissors here that has a finer point, and I'm creating room here to poke through my second elastic, which I undid and retied as the other one is. So the thing about this pen is it keeps popping, but it is helping to hold there. Maybe that'll do the trick. It's a little bit hard to explain, but I put the elastic back through. The looped end I wrapped around this pen here, and the knotted end is right here. I'm going to grab another clip, if I can find one up here on my shelf. And I'm just trying to hold this tight just for a second so I can poke through the green. And once they're both through, then we can let that go and it'll be nice and snug, I think. It's a little bit tricky with this Traveler's Notebook. This thing, my Hobonichi, quote unquote. Okay, so poking that in there, going through to the other side, and I'm trying to grab. There we go. Got the end of the elastic. So hopefully that knot, yeah, I think that knot's going to be big enough. So I'm just pulling that snug. And now, hopefully this won't go shooting in all directions as I take these off. Gonna loosen the back. Well, maybe actually I'll do this one. Bring that out and grab that. Okay, so now, as you can see, we have two elastics coming through the same closure opening. So I did that one a lot looser, and that's not going to help hold it tighter, so I'll just re-knot that. But you can see how awesome this is going to be, and adding just a little variety, just a fun little, so that does seem to help hold it, but I feel like that needs to be tighter for it to really be effective, although I think it's better. I may play around with it and see if I want to go back and tighten this. But the thing is, now that they're both through, that's not going to be that big of a deal. I can just loosen this up a little, untie the knot, and retie it with a little more, bringing in the knot a little closer. So that is just a little simple doodad that you can do to add an embellishment to your TN. And just add a little fun springy touch or whatever seasonal changes you might like to do. Just see if you can add another elastic. I like these thicker ones, or like the hair bands. Some elastic I've seen at the craft stores are too thin. This seems to be working well. I'll probably just leave it like that for now. And there you go, just a fun little idea, a little pizzazz to add to your Traveler's Notebook. Double strands. What will they think of next? Thanks for watching. See you next time.